Yes, perfect. So sorry about that. We seems to be a tiny crisis in the kitchen. Something was misplaced or fell or something. Not sure what, but we seem to have figured out it was none of us.
Or all of us. You never know.
I don't remember ever using Boyan cubes, but okay.
Or misplacing them.
Or misplacing them.
So moving on.
Yeah, moving on. We are almost done with this game. At least this expansion, then we can move on to Fear 2. And then we can move on to Fear 3. And I'll be playing Fear 3 with Bren. He's a little more tolerant of that, apparently.
Still doesn't change.
Did I tell you about my brother?
No.
You remind me of him. I didn't like him
who do we
either.
play as in Fear 3? It's like supposed to be Alma's kids, but like Sped
I
Growth
never
with
met
Miracle
my
Grow or
brother.
something.
Until the
Yeah.
day he killed me.
It's like, okay, excuse me, how are you
We
like
are
30-something years old?
Family.
It begins. The beginning.
The beginning.
I want the vault open and us out of here in 5 minutes.
You don't
He's shooting
want
for
to
the
do that.
for the stars there.
Sir, Paxton Fett has entered the area.
5
Seal the
minutes.
exits. Don't let him get away.
But
It's like,
Move in.
sweetheart, have you tried navigating your halls?
Take cover. We have a situation.
5 minutes is kind of. Yeah, you're kind of
Advance on target.
being very ambitious there.
Closing in.
Alright, no joke though. All these level designs. can
Sir,
go to
the vault
hell.
is open. We're going in.
Oops. Get out of here. Only room for one occupant. All
I did
dead.
warn you. This is not your affair.
Oh no, the room's turning. It's like those weird little disorientation rooms at like NASA.
Right. Or those fun houses.
Yeah, that. I just remember it more vaguely, or not vaguely, more prominently at NASA. Cause
Vaguely.
more vague. I remember it more vaguely. And fucking, that makes no sense
I have the
whatsoever.
DNA. Prepare for extraction.
God, NASA was really fun to go to during like YMCA and shit.
Never been.
Really?
How is it?
Well, I mean, the public NASA Space Center Museum was really fun. They had star-shaped fries and nuggets. Okay, I was a
course they
kid,
would.
and that was very exciting for me because that was the highlight of the trip was when we got to eat food. But no, now what else do I remember from the NASA Space Center Museum here in Houston, Texas? Oh, they had like a small light simulator of what it's like to be in a in the cockpit of a spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
Surely fear can do
And,
better than you.
Basically, you would, sit sideways, looking up, laying down, put your feet up.
Right.
And I thought that was really cool because, it's just like, whoa. You see all the little buttons and controls and stuff. Of course, obviously, it's simulated. And it's just like, wow, astronauts have to, memorize what each and every one of these things do. Which is pretty cool. I think another one of the things I really liked when I went were the weights, the scales. I mean, that measured what your weight would be depending on what planet you went to.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Jupiter. I was a fucking blue whale.
Of course.
I was trying to think of one of the largest whale on, or known to us. It's not the blue whale, is it?
I think so. Come on, there you go. Man, those things are a hassle and a half.
Yeah, I'll say. Do you have any like memorable trips, Bren? Not even field trips. Like Christ, my trips to the NASA Space Center Museum were field trips. It's like they don't have to be with your parents because I know your dad's a fucking killjoy.
Yeah. I went to SeaWorld with my sister.
Which sister?
Older sister.
Okay.
I guess that was kind of fun. Nothing too memorable, mind you.
You didn't get to see Shamu?
No, you don't.
You just gotta love it, like every fucking SeaWorld, they have that one orca named Shamu.
Yeah. They're everywhere.
It's like the Nurse Joy complex. Shamu!
They travel across the globe.
Secure that doorway.
Oh, shoot, not you. Come on, come on, come on. Just die already. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't really remember too many of my trips to SeaWorld. Yeah, no. The only thing I remember from SeaWorld, again, another field trip, no family members. They had 2 baby sharks that were just kind of chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, these baby sharks, you know, they don't really react at the moment. They're just kind of chilling there. So, you know, we've kind of handled them and we've gotten them used to having people touch them. So you can reach in and, like, you know, pet the shark, see that, you know, their skin is, you know, feels like sandpaper and stuff. And, you know, as a kid, that's really cool. But now, as an adult, I'm wondering, like, how the fuck do they keep those baby sharks docile?
You made the wrong move.
So,
And the answer to your question was drugs.
probably.
They just doped up the water.
Okay, but the other thing I was thinking of is, like, I was just about to ask you, because you've lived in Texas too for like the majority of your life before you like went up to Washington for a bit.
Yeah.
And I was about to be like, well, you lived in Texas, didn't you ever go to the Bob Bullock State History Museum? But then I realized you didn't grow up in Austin like I did.
Nope.
But instead you grew up more closer to Dallas, which is way up north, which is a 4-hour drive.
Yep.
Which is why we laugh at other states for their driving woes and misfortunes of having to drive 1 hour. Let's see. God. The Bob Bullock State History Museum was exciting the first time. A little exciting the second time. And then it got really boring really fast. The next, you know, 3 to 5 times.
10 men to kill me.
In Austin, Texas, visiting the Bob Bullock State History Museum
Kill him.
is basically
or
one of
don't
the things if you go to public school. Like, if you go to a public school, elementary to middle school, like you go to summer camp, or whatever the summer programs that they have, recreational programs, you are gonna go to the Bob Bullock State History Museum, one way or another, if you live in Austin. Unless you are homeschooled or sheltered,
Looks like I'm going
you
to
are
have to
going
do
to that
this
fucking
myself.
museum. I wish I was exaggerating. I bet I could even, like, ask JB. I'd be like, JB, have you been to the Bob Bullock State History Museum?
And the answer would be yes.
You know, I'm gonna ask him right now.
Alright.
We got him. Target marked. Surround him. We've got him.
Move in.
You attended public school here in Austin, right? Elementary to high school? So, basically, you know, Brent didn't go to school in Austin, and basically
Killing
you
me
can tell him
won't stop
that
them.
going to school
You
here in
are a
Austin,
fool
going to the
if you
Bob Bullock
think
State
this
History
is
Museum
over.
basically a mandatory thing growing up here.
Pathetic.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, come now. That's cheating. No, 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 no. Yeah, see, you can just hide out there in the plain sight.
It's one of those things you would forget if it's like
Get
an
topside once you've recovered the
I've
DNA.
been so many times. Like in summer camp and going.
Is that? No. That's. Oh, there's the DNA. Why would he have it in the elevator instead of on his person? Okay, grab it. There's no button though. Alright.
Yeah, that's it. I went there too for that. That was. Oh my god. Oh.
We've got Delta Force choppers inbound. Let's move.
Let's get to it. It's the final stand.
Yep.
The final countdown. Good.
So,
Drop this.
I mean, JB doesn't remember much of it, but yeah, he's been. Now that like
Okay.
I've kind of told him, he's like, I didn't really care. Like it's hard to care when Texas has its own head so far up its own butt.
Like that.
Like, honestly, it is. Like, I remember going to the Bob Bullock State History Museum, and one of the most memorable things is the same thing that our roommate just mentioned, was the new IMAX theater that was built in that museum, like, first, before it started, like, hitting, like, other places.
Right.
And
Was that the place with the IMAX?
here in Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was one of the first places in Austin to get an IMAX theater.
Neat.
And you know, as a kid, that's freaking amazing because it's like 20 feet of picture.
Yeah.
That's a huge screen. I'm probably exaggerating. It's probably not 20 feet, but yeah, it's huge.
Those choppers aren't gonna wait all day. Move out.
I don't remember how
50
big.
feet. I don't know. Me neither. It's been a while since I've been to an IMAX.
Just, you know, IMAX screens are freaking huge. But yeah, just if you attended public school in Austin, Texas, basically, if you haven't been to the Bob Bullock State History Museum at least once, either your school just didn't fucking care, or it didn't want to waste its money. And you know what? Good on them. Fucking good on them.
Good on them.
Because there are so many more interesting Okay, actually, the one thing I do greatly appreciate is that despite growing up in Texas, I have never been on a field trip to the Alamo.
No.
I have never been to the Alamo. I've never taken a field trip to the Alamo. There was one time I was kind of looking forward to it, and then I realized it was literally nothing but a historical
A wank fest.
Yeah. And you know what? It's not even good history. It's not.
Yeah. They really don't tell like both sides of the story. It's just like over glorifying Sam Houston, Davy Crockett.
It's not worth learning about. Don't forget the Alamo. You know what? I don't care what they say. Forget the fucking Alamo. It's not important.
Not really.
You know what? Texas isn't even really all that important. Just, you know, Texas likes to have its own head up its butt.
But of course, I've been to the Alamo. It was
Boring.
when my dad was still like doing his military things, and he would go to Austin, but he would take us all to San Antonio, where they would have the hotel.
Okay, but see, when you're in San Antonio, why go to the Alamo when you go to fucking Fiesta, Texas, Six Flags? Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. See, that's much more memorable than going to fucking Alamo.
Yeah.
Fucking do that. Go to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and forget the Alamo. Are we done?
We're done.
Yay! Forget the Alamo. We're done.
You did real good, son. Team's gonna need a new lieutenant after this. I think Chen had wanted to be you.
Goodbye, Chen.
Wait, was Chen in there?
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
That was Chen that faded into ash and dust.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, I saw that much. Just I didn't see who it was. I looked too late.
And that was Fear Perseus Mandate. Again, we mostly just talked over the story and or
The
what
story's
little
not
story
important.
there was.
Story's not important. Forget the Alamo.
I actually liked Perseus Mandate more than all the other Fear games.
I mean, it's much more entertaining.
It's a lot more firefights. There's less
Chen
like
has more personality.
there's less want for jump scares and all that. And it's incredibly short for one of the two expansions. And I think that's, what Fear has not going for it is the fact that it's very lengthy and it's very long, and the level designs make it long. And it's just not like a fun long. It's
But
more
a
just
tedious long.
running through corridors, shooting guys, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the next game's gonna be Fear 2, I guess. I just want to get these out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And we all know Jay's thoughts on Fear. You love the games, right?
Huh? I forgot about Fear as quickly as I forgot about the Alamo.
Oh. Well, there you have it, folks.
Remember, no one touches the source but me.
We've got Morrison.
Losses.
Acceptable.